Human Union. Good morning, Agape. Everybody in the house? Y'all feel like singing this morning? I swear I said when we get back in this, live in this room, we're going to tear the roof off this sucker because we just... Holy Human Union. We need David Neal. Oh Lord, I'm grateful, so very thankful. I feel a blessing, divine caressing. I am so grateful, so very thankful. My soul's addressing the prayers I'm dancing. When I wake up, I pray. How can I serve today? I surrender all confusion. I live in humanhood. No one's misunderstood. We are all a holy union. Come on, y'all. We are one holy human. We are one holy union. We are one holy human union. Everybody say, we are one holy human. We are one holy union. We are one holy human union. So grateful, so very thankful. I feel a blessing, divine caressing. I am so thankful, so very thankful. My soul's addressing the prayers I'm dancing. When I wake up, I pray. How can I serve today? I surrender all confusion. I live in humanhood, no one's misunderstood. We are all a holy union. Come on, y'all, let me hear you sing. We are one holy human. We are one holy union. We are one holy human union. Everybody say, we are one holy human. We are one holy union. We are one holy human union. We are one holy human. We are one holy union. We are one holy human union. Hey, yeah. We are one holy human. We are one holy union. We are one holy human union. Take it home.
Thank you so much, Jamie. Blessings and love, Agape. Good to see each and every one of you. Now is the time for our meditative thought. It's coming up on the screens. And this is what Reverend Michael writes for you as a practice through the week. It's powerful. So, here we go. What fruits are you harvesting in your life? Do you harvest peace, love, compassion, abundance? Do you find yourself with an abundance of things to be grateful for? Your answers to these types of questions are a genuine method for understanding whether you have matured spiritually or whether you are still grappling with circumstances. The spiritually mature don't wait for circumstances to change before they allow themselves to be happy. Rather, they choose to see the beauty and perfection in life as it is and give great thanks for it now. That's from Reverend Michael for each of us this week. Love you. Here we go. Thank you, Jamie.
Thank you, Reverend Coco. We're grateful to be here. We've got a great band. We've got a great message, and we want you to stand up and sing our opening hymn, Use Me. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Come on, y'all. Use me, oh God, I stand for but so much more than the earth or the stars or all of creation. God is creator, all in all. And God needs us to shine its light as me, as you. So I stand for you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. Sing it like a prayer, y'all. Come on now. Let me hear you. Come into my life. It's here for you. God is the love that heals all creation. God is creator, makes all things new. And God needs us to shine its light as me, as you. So I stand for you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. Show me all that I must do. Show me all that I must do. Oh, thank you all. So good to hear y'all singing.
So beautiful to be standing and hearing all these voices sing. Yes, Jamie, I got it. I'd like you to welcome to the platform our magnificent musical inspiration this morning, Andrea Lane, longtime Agape member, Andrea Lane and Billy Shank. Andrea is an inspirational singer-songwriter and actress, currently recording new music and finishing filming a comedic pilot entitled The Deli that won Best New Episodic at the LA Film Festival. She tours with her husband, co-writer Billy Shanks, and together they represent freedom and transformation. The music can be found on most streaming platforms, and she likens her sound to this: John Lennon meets Lady Gaga for tea on a spiritual retreat. You know you're going to love it. And you can check out AndreaLane.org for more information. Welcome her, please, Andrea and Billy.
Oh God, Lord. You are so beautiful. You are so beautiful. You are so beautiful, and I know we are free. See the beauty in you, I see beauty in me. Oh yeah. Yesterday I ran to my neighbor, and you know what I said? I said, you're such a beautiful person. You're such a beautiful soul. You're such a beautiful person that I know we are free. Yeah. I see the kindness in you, I see kindness in me. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I see the light and love, I see love and light all around. All around. And I am opening up, I am opening up. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And then I ran into Reverend Julie. And I said, you're such a beautiful person. You're such a beautiful soul. You're such a beautiful person, and I know we are free. I know we are free. And we are walking so magnificently. Walking so magnificently. Hey. My life is a prayer, and I'm walking my prayer. I am living God's life. Somebody, you're such a beautiful person. You're such a beautiful soul. You're such a beautiful person, and I know we are free. I know you are so beautiful. You are so beautiful. I know you are beautiful. Tell somebody they're beautiful today. Hey, do it right now. Turn your neighbor. You're so beautiful. Yeah. And I know we are free.
Thank you so much, Andrea Lane, Billy Shank, and the magnificent Agape House Band. On the piano, Christian Klikowitz. On guitar, David Neal. On the drums, Tony St. James. And bass, John Hart. Give the Agape Music Ministry some love and appreciation. Yes, Agape? Yeah. We are always so richly blessed. And you're all here, so that makes the day absolutely perfect. Yes, delighted to see each and every one of you. I'm Reverend Coco Stewart. I'm always grateful to say I'm the hosting minister for this magnificent, magnificent service of joy and divine delight that we celebrate together in the sight of God within our own souls. Reverend Dr. Michael is out. He is traveling. We will hear from him later. He's taking the Agape presence out and making it magnificent, as he always does. And as always, when he is not physically here, we have powerful consciousness on the platform, to bring the holy light of the infinite of your own soul forward in greater in ways of being. And today we welcome our own Reverend Jason Daveon Mitchell. Give him some love and appreciation. A wonderful servant of the infinite, a servant of the living word, of loving presence himself, yes. And his topic is turn on your location, frequent the frequency. So we look forward, you will like this talk, it's powerful, yes. Let's see, if this is your first time worshiping with us, whether you're in the sanctuary or whether you're online, I invite you to stand up. Don't be afraid. Just thank you. Just remain standing. The congregation would like to give you a blessing. Just remain standing. Good to see so many of you. So congregation, hold your hands out and repeat after me. Welcome to Agape. We recognize you. We know who you really are. You are the spiritual image and likeness of God. You are a unique way that love, intelligence, and divine beauty are happening on the planet. Love, intelligence, and divine. Very good. You are a one-of-a-kind spiritual genius. We celebrate your life. We're grateful for your presence. Welcome to Agape. Welcome, welcome, welcome. For those of you who are here, those of you who are online, we're so happy that you have made Agape your place of celebration and joyful worship today in the light of the infinite. And if you would like to know more, I'm not to that part yet. Sorry, I'm skipping right ahead. Okay. So we have magnificent licensed practitioners holding prayer vigil for us throughout the sanctuary and online remotely. Prayer vigil, licensed practitioner, what is that? That's the first ecclesiastical order of the church. So their charge is to, as we say, hold the high watch, to be in the stratospheric knowing of direct truth as God's truth, and to hold each of us in that place in the service as a whole. So we count on that. They are under the direction of our own Reverend Dr. Kathleen McNamara and Reverend Jason, and I'll introduce him more coming forward. For this service, we have a licensed practitioner who has a specific assignment. Another wonderful servant of the infinite, our Agape practitioner, Willard Williams. He'll do the affirmations, purpose statement, the reading, and a spiritual evocation of the heart. Willard.
You know, Reverend Coco said a specific assignment. She means to keep my mouth shut. And stick to the script. Good morning, Agape. Wow. And for those of you who know me, you know I can't stand in front of you without cracking one joke. So there it goes. Wow, this is good. Reverend Michael's theme for this month is How to Live a Beautiful Life. Our speaker today is my best buddy. That's not his name, but Reverend Jason Daveon Mitchell. And his topic is turn on your location, frequent the frequency. Frequent the frequency. It was my joy to facilitate our meditation session this morning with music provided by Fair Elise. And today's musical inspiration is Andrea Lane and Billy Shank. Our interpreter for today is Mackenzie Connerly. Give her some love. Agape licensed spiritual practitioners and ministers are currently holding prayer vigil and are engaging with you in the comments of this broadcast on Facebook and YouTube. You're invited to share any prayer requests there or contact our prayer ministry directly. And now it's time for our affirmations. And I invite you to please stand, back away from the refrigerator, and repeat them aloud after me, line by line. God is the essence, the activity, and the love of my life. Useful and creative patterns are awakened in my willing mind. Abundance, peace, and joy are God's will and my way. Health, wholeness, and healing are expressed as my body temple right now. My life reflects the light of God and reveals heaven and earth. The spirit of gratitude generates blessings in my living and my giving. Joyfully I live these words of truth, and so it is. Amen. You may be seated. Okay. All right. The Agape purpose statement. Our purpose as an intentional community, as an intentional spiritual community, is to be a living environment for individuals to realize that they are unique emanations of God, the love intelligence governing the universe. We embody an understanding of our oneness with God, and we consciously practice this truth in our everyday lives. Through the New Thought Ageless Wisdom teachings and the energy of unconditional love, we are committed to individual transformation and to being a beneficial presence on the planet. Simply, we are here for God. Our selected reading is taken from the book Life Visioning by Reverend Michael Bernard Beckwith and can be found on page 88 and is entitled, Are You Watering Your Garden? So often we come to the spiritual path motivated by inner discontent and the expectation that spiritual practice will replace it with happiness. Happiness does not have to be created. It is our true nature. The practice of visioning supports us in discovering happiness by revealing tendencies that sabotage getting directly in touch with the essential self where happiness, joy, and bliss reside. As we grow deeper roots in our inner riches, happiness becomes our way of life. As the teaching of the Hopi encourages, know your garden and where your water. Know your garden and where is your water, which is a way of encouraging us to be acquainted with our inner self and what nourishes it. Deconstructing the false self and uncovering authentic self is an intimate process, and visioning will assist with you both. It will support you in identifying the I am that you really are. Okay, so let's turn within. This is a definitely blessed, wonderful day, and I'm so grateful for this moment. I'm thankful for the opportunity to welcome you into this second Sunday of the new year, knowing that the hopes and lives and visions of each and every one of us are all basically round up to make myself a better person. I'm thankful for each and every one of you because you gathered here together to be in one accord with each other. Our lives are intertwined because of that. And in this gratitude, I realize that we are absolutely the true emanation of God, that our lives are the oneness. And in that oneness, we are united as one. So whatever we do affects each and every brother and sister here. Whatever we say affects each and every one here. Whatever we touch, it does. So as the Proverbs says, do unto others as you have them do unto you. We step into this new year knowing that we want to treat those as we would be treated. And as we stand here, we're there, we bless this service. We bless Reverend Michael, and we bless Reverend Jason, knowing that their lives have took a step out front and decided that they would put their own lives behind so that others will have a chance to understand what it's like living in the overflow. We're thankful for this. And we bless him, we bless Reverend Michael, we bless the Agape community and all the inner workings of it that make this service the best service ever right now. And so it is. Amen.
Thank you, Willard. Let's get some volume here. Join us for this chant. We are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the love that we seek. We are the seeds we are sowing. We are the harvest we reap. Come on, y'all. We are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the love that we seek. We are the seeds we are sowing. We are the harvest we reap. I am. Oh, I am that I am. Oh, I am that I am. We are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the love that we seek. We are the seeds we are sowing. We are the harvest we reap. I am, oh, I am that I am. Oh, I am that I am. Sing it out. I am that I am. Oh, I am. We are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the love that we seek. We are the seeds we are sowing. We are the harvest we reap. Come on. Oh, we are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the love that we seek. We are the seeds we are sowing. We are the harvest we reap. We are the harvest. We are the harvest we reap. One more time. We are the harvest we reap.
Thank you so much once again, Jamie. Thank you, Willard, for that beautiful reading, for that beautiful prayer. There's always so much going on in the community. If you've been here recently or if you've been here a long time, you know that Agape always is about providing so many ways to connect with the Spirit in joy of the heart and just magnificent. So I'm going to invite Reverend Dr. Julie Moret to come forward and simply highlight some of what's coming up.
So nice to see y'all here. Well, good morning. You can visit agapelive.com for more information about any of the items that I mentioned and to find out about all of our weekly offerings. All times mentioned are Pacific Standard Time. If you missed Agape's New Year's intensive Immersion to Emergence, You Are What You Need with Reverend Michael, you can purchase access to the archive until February 4th, 2023. The archive is available 24/7, so you can watch and revisit Reverend Michael's dynamic teachings, meditation, visioning, and activations as often as you like. Take this opportunity to begin 2023 by immersing yourself in the high vibration of powerful intention setting and spiritual practices and technologies that lead to the emergence of something magnificent that is already within you. Sign up today at agapelive.com. Gym membership, check. Finally decluttering garage, check. Maybe. Michael B. Beckwith's Meditation 2.0, the Evolution of Consciousness online class to receive tools that will successfully set you up in every area of your life, including physical and mental health, emotional well-being, and financial freedom. Check. Yes. Join Dr. Michael Bernard Beckwith and guest master practitioners Akili Beckwith, Reverend Joan Stedman, Reverend Coco Stewart, and Trish Waddell starting Tuesday, January 17th for 5 weeks of dropping into the stillness. You can register today at agapelive.com. Agape will continue to be open to the public on Sundays, 11 a.m. meditation, 11:30 fellowship service. We just love seeing you here. As always, all services will continue to be live streamed. Today at 2 p.m., One from the Heart offers our online bereavement support group for those who have experienced the physical loss of a human loved one. Also meeting at 2 p.m. is our animal bereavement support group for the loss of an animal companion. You can register on our website by clicking the appropriate bereavement support banner. The Crisis Support Clinic offers Zoom mini-counseling sessions every Monday from 4 to 6 p.m. To receive details for your first-come, first-served complimentary one-on-one session with a licensed practitioner, serving those who seem challenged related to finances, relationship, housing, jobs, email crisissupport@agapelive.com. This is offered to the community at large, and anyone may attend. And Loving Hands Unite, the Adoption Foster Care Fertility Ministry, will have their monthly meeting this Friday, January 13th at 7 p.m. via Zoom. If you'd like support with any aspect of the adoption process, email lovinghandsunite@agapelive.com to receive Zoom information. Reverend Michael has put all of his best supplements and superfoods into one easy powder, Adaptozen Superfood Greens. Try it. You're going to like how it tastes, even just in water. It's great. Try the whole bundle. You get your monthly supply with the Adaptozen Vitamin D3 plus K2 to boost your immunity. Order yours today. Go to Nutririse.com, click on Adaptozen, and get 10% off your first order. Sending you lots of love. Many blessings.
Thank you so much, Reverend Julie. Let's hear from Reverend Michael.
Peace and richest blessings, everyone. I'm here in the peninsula of the beautiful Costa Rica doing some outer and inner work, preparing to teach this week at the Arrhythmia Life Advancement Center. First of all, I want to thank you for being a part of Agape today. Our month's theme is how to live and have a beautiful life. I opened up with that theme last week. If you didn't see it, please see it. But we're going to continue today with that theme and a different topic by the Reverend Daveon Mitchell. It's going to be powerful. I feel it in my bones. Secondly, I want to thank all of you who gave during the anniversary and during the year-end giving. We successfully met our financial goal. God bless you. Deep bow to you as a community. And thirdly, I'll see you all January 17th in my Evolution of Consciousness Meditation 2.0. I mean, all of you want to sign up for this class. It's foundationally powerful for life-changing consequences for the better for you. Have a bright day. Listen with your heart today and move into living and having a beautiful life. Peace and blessings.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Reverend Michael. Sending him lots of love, too. So our musical inspiration will come up momentarily. Andrea Lane and Billy Shank. I want to take a moment to more formally introduce Reverend Jason Daveon Mitchell. He, for those of you who don't know him, online and in person, he is a 2020 graduate of the inaugural class of the Michael B. Beckwith School of Ministry. He's on staff here at Agape and has been for a while. He manages Agape's prayer ministry and supports the practitioner corps. In addition, he serves as the director for Agape's Sacred Service Ministry. That's a powerful opportunity in case you're interested. And for the past 10 years, he has facilitated something of his own, our daily prayer call. If you've heard of that, that's on Facebook. And more than anything, he says he wants you to know he wants to extend an invitation for all of us to become our highest selves and to embrace divinity in all creation. What I want you to know about Reverend Jason is he is a servant of the infinite. You may see him come up here publicly But let me just tell you that he worked many years behind the scenes and within himself, a long time investment. And it shows in the work, in the talk, and the joy in the teaching that he brings forward. So prepare yourself. You are really going to enjoy it and get a lot out of it. So let's welcome to the platform Andrea Lane and Billy Shank. Give them love and appreciation. Thank you so much.
Reverend Michael. You're live. I know, we've been through so much. I know, you think it's been tough, but we were made to shine like warriors. We were made of stars and magic stuff. Let's climb aboard a train of glory. Nothing's gonna stop this train. Riding on a train of glory, where everybody knows your name. Create a train of gratitude and know the grateful vibes will free your heart and soul. Get up, get out of that haze. Take a look around. Here's a brand new day. Woo. Let's climb aboard a train of glory. Nothing's gonna stop these trains. Riding on a train of glory. Where everybody knows your name. It's up to you. It's in your attitude. You could choose to fly or just walk on by. It's up to you. It's in your attitude. You could make a change or you could stay the same. It's up to you. It's up to you. Up to you. Riding on a train of glory. Nothing's gonna stop these trains. Riding on a train of glory. Everybody knows your name. It's up to you. It's in your attitude. You could choose to fly or just walk on by. It's up to you. It's in your attitude. You could make a change or you could stay the same. It's up to you. Up to you. Up to you. Riding on the train of glory. Nothing's gonna stop these trains. Riding on the train of glory. Everybody knows your name. Riding on a train of glory. Nothing's gonna stop these trains. Riding on a train of glory. Everybody knows your name.
Give it up for Andrea Lane and Billy Shank. Do we have a woo-hoo for Andrea? Oh, you can do better than that. Woo-hoo! Thank you, house band. You're magnificent. Let's get down. Good morning, Agape. I'm going to try to get a few things out of the way quickly so that I can get into all the other stuff that I'm going to have to say a little slower. Thank you, Reverend Michael, for the opportunity to be here. Thank you for the more than 36 years that you devoted to this practice, this teaching that's changed the lives of millions as far as I'm concerned. It's changed my family. It's changed other family. Any families here been touched by the teachings of Michael Bernard Beckwith? So I just want to offer my gratitude to him. I want to give a shout out to my ODPC family if you're in the house. Some of y'all can make a little noise. I heard you trying to clap and trying not to clap too loud. When Reverend Coco said it, I heard you. I was with you. And then I just want to take the opportunity to extend my appreciation to my greatest support in my life these days, my beloved wife, Leslie Marrero. She don't want y'all coming up to her, "Oh, are you Jason's wife?" That's my wife. It's good. Allow her to have her space as she moves through the community. It's an adjustment. I'm kind of a big personality sometimes. So I just want to take that opportunity to acknowledge that. How many of you are excited about what 2023 has for you? Have you been leaning into it? Have you been waiting for it? Reverend Michael came up with this theme, how to live a beautiful life, and he gave a sermon last week, and I was like, really, there's more? Like, I'm supposed to say more after you said all of that? And I said, of course, I'm supposed to say more because it's the infinite, right? There's got to be infinitely more. So I don't have to worry about getting caught up in ego and comparing myself to him or comparing myself to any other teacher. I get to be me. And if you've gotten to know me at all, or if you've seen me, there's a very, very me-son, Jason, aspect of creation. And there also is a you-son. Whatever you are, whatever you is, whoever you be, there is a version of you that's seeking to exist. I really want that for you. I have a deep desire for you to have that, for you to know that. And I'm also sad that we live in a world that causes so many of us to have to go through so much to get there. How much did you go through to get here today? Right? And my sadness, though, is not a problem for me because I've integrated my emotional spectrum. Because I do the work so that I recognize that sadness is not some curse. Though it can feel like it if you're walking around with a cloud over your head, about to date myself, like Schleprock, and everything seems to be going wrong and nothing seems to be going right, and all these things seem to be going in the opposite direction of which all your energy you feel like is going. Can anybody resonate with that? And so I'm really wanting to invite you into this beautiful life. And I'm really wanting you to take the limitations, release all the safety measures, unbuckle your seatbelt. We're going to fly today. And I want you to be able to fly. So I want you to unbuckle your seatbelts of limitation. I want you to unbuckle your seatbelts of I don't shout at church because I'm from the Protestant Methodists and we don't say much very loud. I want you to release yourself. Can you do that? All right, these are my people who had to learn how to do it. I was born into it coming from the charismatic Christian faith. So we stomp, we shout, we live with our whole body because in that teaching, whether they know how to articulate it or not, we know that our body is not separate from us. It's a tool for this journey. Just like our emotions and our feelings are tools for the journey, just like your intellect, your brilliance, your ability to pontificate and be so erudite on any particular subject is very nice, but it's not all that you are. You see, in fact, sometimes it feels like a curse when you can't remember something. I can't remember so much. And I'm often puzzled by the randomness that I can't forget. I'll be sitting down on the couch watching something and some actor will come up on the TV and I'll say their name and then, why do I know that? And so I continue to bask in this isness, this loveness, this world that is life. So I have a question for you. Where are you? Like, right now. Where are you? In the streaming, where are you? If the initial thought is location, in terms of, Jason, Reverend Jason, I'm at the Saban Theater on Wilshire, where you are. I want us to take a level deeper. We think we're at the Saban Theater, but the Saban Theater is somewhere else, not a different location. The Saban Theater exists in consciousness. It's an idea held in consciousness. Think about the neighborhoods and the places that you grew up in and how they've changed. That grocery store that is now changed into a department store. That department store that's been completely razed and is now an apartment complex. The places that you went to as children, the playgrounds that used to have a swing set but now have a padded jungle gym so nobody ever will possibly scrape their knee. I mean, I feel like kids need to scrape something just so they get like that edge. I mean, I don't want our kids to suffer, but I think I learned a lot scraping my knee very often. Yes, I was clumsy. But so many of those places have changed shape, have changed form, have changed in how they look, have changed in what they mean to us. So when I'm talking about location this morning, I'm not talking about the temporal. I'm not talking about the temporary. I'm not talking about the limited, right? The United States of America in all of its Americanness has been many things. But the world was something before America. Our indigenous brothers and sisters will tell us, won't they? And the world was something before all of these institutions and organizations and corporations. It was all something before that. And so when I'm talking about location this morning, I want you to recognize that you live, move, and have your being in a field of cosmic consciousness that is the living, loving intelligence that has no beginning, it has no end, it has no ceiling, it has no floor. It is above you, it is below you, it is in, through, and as you. It is everywhere present, always. It has no shortages. It has no missing parts or pieces. It is not limited by person, by book. It's not in the books, but the books talk about it. It's not in this sermon that I'm speaking, but my sermon is speaking about it. It is in the stars, it is in the ocean, it is in the snow, and in every snowflake, it is also in every grain of sand. It is all of these things. And so the reason I bring this up is because so often you think that you're in a dead-end job. You think of yourself as being in an abusive relationship. You think of yourself as being in recovery from substance abuse, or you might think about being in an amazing marriage, or you might be thinking that you're the child of two brilliant, kind, loving, generous parents. You think that that's where you locate yourself, your identity, who and what you are, where you are. But even that, whether it's something that you might consider positive, or whether it's something that you might consider negative, something that you might want more of, something that you might want less of, is not your location. Are you getting this? And so as I break this down, I don't want to diminish who you are. I don't want to diminish any idea that you have of yourself as any of the letters represented in LGBTQIA+. I don't want you to diminish any identity of yourself that is immigrant, that is male or female or non-gender conforming. I don't want you to diminish any of that. I just want you to know that's not all you are. That's not all you are. And that's not the only place that you're located. But when you're moving through this world and you have all these conditions and circumstances and you're bobbing and weaving and trying to figure things out, you get caught. I get caught in being an African-American man and navigating what it feels like to live in a police state. Now, it's not like those other police states, but this is a version of that. So I don't go too far to the left and I don't go too far to the right. Sometimes I get caught up in the idea of marriage, and sometimes I get caught up in the idea of my father no longer being here on the earth, and sometimes I get caught up in all of these different things, and it's essential that I locate myself. folks who have worked with me know that I have a practice in meditation that's called locating yourself. And a lot of times, it's not that we're lost, it's that we've misidentified our location. Boy, Waze is a great tool, but just like the intellect and the mind, it is a terrible master. How many of you have used Waze and Waze taught you exactly where you didn't want to go? You went to a dead-end street, and the place that you were going to is on the other side of the dead-end street, meaning it should have took you this way, but it doesn't recognize that it sent you to a dead-end street. That's how some of us are moving through the world. Now, don't beat yourself up. We're going to get there, but stay with me now. Some of us have a challenge because our devices, our practices, our tools for moving through the world have mislocated us. And there's nothing wrong with any of the identities that I've talked about. There's nothing wrong, because this is not about right or wrong. Get that out of you. Get out the idea. I told you I was going to be me. You're going to get a lot of me today. Get it out of you. The reason I want you to get it out of you is because I want to tell you how to live a beautiful life, but I can't tell you how to live a beautiful life if you're too busy identifying as oppressed. That doesn't mean that there are not forces trying to oppress and suppress an aspect of you. I'm just saying you don't have to identify as a being that can be oppressed. Can you dig it? Right? You can activate an awareness of yourself that has absolutely nothing to do with any limited concept and still be all of them. That's why we're at a trans-denominational spiritual center, aren't we? Isn't it so? Are my Muslim brothers and sisters in here? Are my Hebrew brothers and sisters in here? Are my people who have studied all of these different paths and faiths in here where they recognize, oh, we're all talking about the same thing. We're all navigating it differently, but the savoriness, the spices are just a little different in the version that came out of Cuba, and they're a little different in the version that came out of Niger, and it's just a little bit different. I mean, some people took all the spices and they didn't use them, but it's just a little bit different in England. You know, it's just a. Have you had English food? Barry, I love you, wherever you are. When you start looking at these things, it's not that different. And so I want you to turn your location on. My talk title this morning, as has been mentioned a couple of times, is Turn on Your Location, Frequent the Frequency. Say for me, I will turn on my location. My location is on. Now, where are you? Is the initial thought that comes up when I say that different than it was earlier? Even if it's just this different. I'm not asking it to suddenly be like, oh, Idris Elba different. You know, it's like, I'm Reverend Idris Elba. How y'all doing? I forgot. I didn't even do his accent. I should have at least given you that accent. Because like the first time I ever heard Idris talk in an interview, I was like, who is you? I watched The Wire all those years and he was fronting. All right, you talented. That's what, it's really, you talented. For those of you that don't know him, he's an actor, but most of you may know him. And so when I say turn on your location, I really want you to turn on your light. In ancient times in Japan, they used to carry bamboo and paper lamps with a candle inside. And so during that time, a man was entertaining his friend who was blind. And it had gotten late in the evening, and his blind friend was set to depart, and he said, hey, take this lantern. His blind friend said, what do I have need of a lantern? Both the light and the dark are the same to me. He said, well, the lantern isn't for you. It's so that others may see you on the path. Reluctantly, he said, okay, I'll take it. And off he went on his journey home. And wouldn't you know it, shortly after he left, somebody ran smack dab into him. He yells at the person, hey, watch where you're going. Can't you see this lantern? The man replies to him, brother, your lantern is out. I can give you all of these teachings. Reverend Michael can sit up here every Sunday, every week, every day, and teach this to you. But if you don't know that your lantern is out, what good is it? If you can't light your own path with your lantern, what good is it to say that I meditate? No matter how many hours you do meditation, if you do yoga, if you do visioning, if it isn't changing how you are in the world, do you still have that ridiculous temper? Are you still struggling with trying to talk to your ex-wife or your ex-husband? Are you still unable to sit in a room with people who disagree with you without being charged and being filled with anger? Your candle is out. And so as we talk about turning on our location, it's so we know where we are. And then once you turn on your location, just like you open up your GPS app, then you figure out, well, where am I going? Do you know where you're going to? It's essential that you have a greater understanding of all of this. There's a quote that says, I've shown you the menu, but hell, we're all hungry, let's eat. And I was shocked that that quote came from the deep poet Hafiz. And Reverend Michael on a regular basis comes up here. The teachers and ministers here at Agape come up here, and they are constantly offering a buffet of consciousness, of how to heal yourself, of how to transform yourself. But so many of us are really comfortable where we are. Have you ever been comfortable? Some of people are comfortable in abusive relationships. Some people are comfortable in a certain economic status. Some people are unwilling to allow themselves to dream. Do you dream or do you worry? What occupies more of your consciousness? That same poet Hafiz said, now that worry has been so lucrative for you, how about you get another job? Some of these mystics, they're just simple. You keep turning in the book and not just looking at the most popular quote online, you might find something. And what you find is that embedded in all of these teachings and all of these cultures is an awareness that there's so much more than the form. Haven't we all observed someone who accomplished something that the rest of the world said was impossible? Yes? Have you in your life entered into a place or a space where more than you imagined was possible? Some people have reclaimed certain things in certain areas of their lives and not in other areas of their lives. But when we take the classes at Agape International Spiritual Center, one of the cool things that they do is they have a list of life structures. And within our lives, most of our life falls under those 8 life structures. Ego, our mind and beliefs, our community, our health, our relationships, our spiritual practice, and our livelihood. Most of us falls in some of those areas. And I taught a class that talked about those life structures as the pillars of our journey. And when one is weak, the other 7 can hold us down. But if you're struggling in your finances, and you're struggling in your health, and you're struggling in your relationships, and you're struggling in your ego, your consciousness, your identity, and you're struggling with your belief, and you're struggling, you just struggle, then we don't have nearly the light in our candle that's available to us. Again, when I talk about your location, you are supported by so much more power than you've ever known. By a power really that I can only point you to. I can't really tell you exactly what it is, not because it's a secret, but because it's the ineffable. It's beyond word. Let me help you understand. It existed before the word. And so all the words you've ever spoken, have ever tried to do, your greatest teachers, your greatest poets, the mystics, is try to describe something that is virtually indescribable. But you use their words, you use the imagery, you use that to get you closer. A Course in Miracles talks about that when it talks about love. It can't teach you love. And all the books, even my favorite books by Leo Buscaglia, that I received inspiration to read from my father, they tell us so much about love. But if our favorite relationship gurus will teach us anything, it's that being a relationship expert does not automatically put you in a healthy, loving, thriving relationship. But we take the good, we take what serves us, we take what's there for us. When I talk about frequent the frequency, it's going to require something of us. And often, our comfort in our situations and our circumstances cause us to bypass it. You see, when you have a scar, when you have a wound, when you have a broken aspect of your body, when something is wounded, when you're hurt, the last thing you want to do is move it. Have you ever had a bad knee or strained a muscle in your body? And then you go see the physician and the physician says, "Does this hurt?" "Yes! That's what I told you." You go to physical therapy and you're having to break up the cartilage in your knee that's trying to heal. Maybe it's just there was a traumatic event that happened in a particular place, and it's really hard to even imagine going there, let alone go there. But go there you must in order to get free. Again, go there you must in order to get free. Not because it's the thing, because the thing is not there. Where's the thing? Here. It's in our consciousness. It's blocking our heart. I saw the sister point at her chest, but some of us think that it's our heart. We're trying to protect our heart. But it's in our consciousness. It's how we hold it. It's the limitation that we placed upon it. So we need to occupy the higher idea that's beyond what we know, beyond the trauma, beyond the limitation, beyond the bankruptcy, beyond the past relationships, beyond the medical diagnoses. We have to identify something beyond it. And because maybe you never knew anything but this, the key for this is just to be open. Because so many of us are closed. How many of us have been closed to relationships at some point in time? How many of us have been closed to relocating or moving at some point in time? How many of you have been closed to coming to Agape? Look, Reverend Michael ain't here, I can say this. I got invited to Agape like 5 or 6 years before I ever got here. I eventually got here. Divine order and its perfect plan. And so the first thing that I want you to realize is you have to open yourself up. You have to open yourself up. You have to be open. And you know what it's really like to be open. Open is, I'm open, Reverend Jason. I said I was open. Golly. That is not open. Open doesn't require you to move yet. Open just, are you available to move? Is there a place, no matter how small, that's open to moving, that's open to an idea that's more. Once you've allowed yourself to open up, you can catch a vision for something more. You can catch a vision for an idea that's beyond anything that has been, because you're no longer located in the temporal, the temporary, the illusion, the ideas that have already manifested, your past. You're not located there anymore. You've turned on your GPS, you've turned on your location. So now you can catch a vision. The book of the month this morning, Life Visioning, plug, 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 unshameless plug. It's a powerful practice. Reverend Coco teaches that class. It's a powerful practice. There are CDs on it. It's a powerful practice. Is you getting it? Yeah, you're getting it. Order it from the bookstore. There's CDs where you can listen to it. Yes, we still listen to CDs. But you can listen to them and you find a CD player and play it and upload it to your computer and then listen to Reverend Michael guiding you through the visioning process. Or you just allow yourself to sit somewhere. You don't have to have a banyan tree like the Buddha. You could just maybe sit in your closet. Only reason the closet is good because sometimes you just need to not be distracted by anything, even all the stuff on the floor of your closet. But you just go into the closet and allow yourself to catch a vision, and then after you catch the vision, you have to create a life that supports it. You have to create practices that allow you to draw your attention to it. How often am I going to meditate? How often am I going to vision? How often am I going to be in prayer? How often am I going to show up at Agape in Sacred Service Ministry? How often am I going to donate to a powerful community contribution? How am I going to do my practice? So once you've opened yourself up, once you've caught a vision, once you've created those systems, you have to unleash them. There are so many people who have been a part of these teachings for 36 years and have had the same problem for 38. Some of y'all walked up in here 25 years ago, and that same thing that's going on with you celebrated its 27th birthday. Some of us, it's your first Sunday, so you ready. It's the new year. You got that new juice. You might have some new shoes on. Woo! And it doesn't matter because you do it right here, right now. But you must unleash it. Too many of us act like we're leashed to our parents, leashed to our sexual identity, leashed to our ethnic identity, leashed to our nationalism, leashed to a political party, leashed to a religion. You need to unleash yourself. You need to allow the highest and best, the infinite as you, as the practices and principles that are available to you. In addition to unleashing, I want to say a little bit about the idea of pain and suffering. Because in order to have a beautiful life, some may be under the misconception that means no pain and no suffering. If that's what you want, I can't help you. Because I recognize that pain and suffering are a part of it. The powerful mystic teacher Thich Nhat Hanh said, trying to get rid of pain and suffering from joy and bliss is like looking at your left side and your right side, and the left side saying, right, go away. It's a balance in the scale of consciousness, and without going into a whole teaching around pain, without going into a whole teaching around how your nervous system serves you, and you could do greater harm to your physical vessel if you didn't know that you tweaked your hip. Understand, it's not that you need pain, it serves you. It's not that you need to suffer, it's that it serves you. And it serves us all. Have you not at some point been inspired to move because you witnessed someone else's suffering? On one hand, maybe it's because you didn't want to see it, and I don't judge you for that. But on the other hand, you saw something and you knew that you could be the solution because you're a solutionary being, and you went forth and you performed the work that was appointed you to do. And so as I drop that in on you, I don't mean that it's all pain and all suffering. I mean that you get to a place where that discomfort is no thing, where those memories that were so painful and were sharp barbs when you contemplated them, that now they're soft cotton pillows and silk sheets of trauma. You can swaddle yourself. It's really possible because we've done it in some aspect of our life that we didn't know. Because I have limited time, I can't go into too many illustrations. But I want you to realize that. We talked about being open. We talked about being in the position to catch a vision. We talked about creating a practice and plan and structure. We talked about unleashing it. And then we have to practice. You've got to have a practice. I'm an Agape licensed spiritual practitioner and a minister. All of us are practitioners of something. Some of us practice worry. I already talked about that, but some of us have PhDs, master's degrees. We could write theses, multiple theses, on pain and suffering and sadness and depression. But there is a light, there is a way, there is a joy unspeakable, but it's on the other side of your practice. You've got to do it, baby. You've got to show up. And I know that when you get into this teaching, it could be a lot. It could be like self-awareness. And now I'm aware of all this stuff. Oh, my God. I don't want to know all of that. And then it's like all my healing, all my transformation, and all this stuff, and like my mama stuff. And okay, you can take a quantum leap so that it's integrated, but you cannot do a spiritual bypass where you do not develop the structures within you that can sustain and hold the next level of your elevation. So you go through the stuff and you do the work, and trust me, it's better than the way it was before, the way you lived before, the way you hid before, the way you located yourself in your circumstances, your situations, your limited opportunities, in your race, in your ethnicity, in your nationality, in anything where you felt suppressed or oppressed. It is so much better than that. And once you practice, it's really up to you to really come to embody the truth of you. Again, when I was talking about frequent the frequency, if you didn't catch it, the acronym is OCCUPY. And that last Y is you. You've got to be the living intelligence embodied. You've got to have that same intelligence within you that causes the ivy to reach forth to the sun. You've got to have that same intelligence within you that is in the acorn. And when it's in the right environment, when it's in the right conditions and circumstances, it suddenly becomes oak tree. You've got to be able to go through the chrysalis of transformation that liquefies and dissolves all the limited thought forms in your former structured self, your former identities, so that you can sprout your wings and fly. All of that is available to you, but it's up to you. Again, I said it before, I can point you to it. I can describe it for you. All of the teachers and practitioners and ministers and gurus and shamans and imams and rabbis have done that for us. But they cannot help us to live it because we've got to do that part ourselves. I want to invite you into an opportunity to locate yourself right here and now. Will you join me? Yes. Close the outer eye and open the inner eye. Open your awareness. And become aware of that aspect of you that identified yourself as being located in the Saban Theater. If you're streaming, that part that said, I'm on the couch, I'm in the tub, wherever you might be streaming. And we tap into the awareness that the Saban Theater is in the field of consciousness. It's in the field of infinite good. It's in the field of ultimate reality with a capital R. We open up ourselves and we allow ourselves to root down in this present moment and enter into this field. We can do this anywhere. We can do this at any time. So we allow ourselves the full availability to now. We locate ourselves right here in infinite good, in infinite possibility, in the awareness that everything is working together for my good. We allow that to amplify in our awareness. And we watch as any aspect of our life structures seek to come in. If my finances and my challenges in my finances seek to come in and the red notice or the overdue payment tries to come into my awareness, I recognize my responsibility, but right here, right now, I know that I'm in a field that is abundant. So I recognize it, and I still know abundance. I feel into the frequency, the feeling tone of abundance, and I occupy it. Oh, I know that there's something that might enter into my awareness right now that is about the relationships in my life and something that's unresolved, something that is unsettled, a grievance, an area where I've been struggling with forgiveness. We invite in unconditional love and surrender. Not surrender for quitting's sake, surrender to my true identity. Surrender to the infinite basking in our lives. And we allow that part that is calcified, that part that is hardened against forgiveness, against another, to dissolve. It doesn't require me to do any action. I'm doing the action right now. It's happening right now in consciousness. Because of the law of correspondence, whatever is happening within is happening without. So the healing that is taking place within me now is happening in the world. Oh, I bask in the awareness of the joy in the places of sorrow that might emerge. The places where I'm mourning. The places where I just don't know. I don't know. I don't know what it is. But I know that there's something more. So I embrace the something more. I embrace the all, the I and I, the living intelligence that is basking, that is moving, that is having its beingness everywhere. The presence that is not an absence. If I'm navigating thoughts of suicidal ideation or abuse of myself, or I'm navigating anger, I receive my wholeness now. I receive the peace which passes all understanding now. A peace that is not the absence of conflict, but even in the midst of all of this, I am that I am. I am peace. I am the knower that knows. I am the divine made manifest here and now. I don't think it's sacrilege to identify with my source, with my creator. Oh, for all of those things, the people, the circumstances, in the different life structures that are coming in, we also know the truth of ourselves. And so as we locate ourselves and we don't know, we tap into the knower that knows. And so that as we depart, as we move out of our practices, we can feed our intellect those things that it did not have. Because we recognize that our intellect is not the answer. That we can give to our body the nourishment and the practices that it needs. Because it is a vessel, it is not my identity. Swirling around in this cosmic consciousness, we're not floating aimlessly. We are rooted and grounded in the truth. and in the substance of things hoped for. It is our substantial reality now. Breathe into this. And just do an inner proximity check. As I once again ask you the question, where are you? Do you notice something has shifted? Has anything changed? We come back to this awareness and hold this field of prayer for the power, for the love, for the creative capacity, for the energy that is moving in this space. We allow ourselves to be this anchor point in eternity, where everything that is needed is at hand, where the way out of no way is assured, where the complex becomes simple. I am. Where all that I am does not have to be diminished, where we allow the highest and best and the fullness of us, and we unapologetically show up in all of those identities that we talked about before, recognizing they are an aspect of us, not all of us. And so the healing that is taking place right now in our mind, in our body, in our own conscious awareness, is amplified in this collective gathering, whether you are on the archive, watching the recording, or here present. This happens in this now moment of eternity. Basking in this awareness, I invite my brother Jamie Lula to put a little sauce on it.
God, you are so beautiful. 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 I can't take my eyes off of you. I can't take my eyes off of you. Can't take my eyes off of you. Whoa. Whoa. God, you are so beautiful. 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 I can't wait to hear your voice. Can't wait to hear your voice. Can't wait to hear your voice in me. Oh.
Sing that along with Jamie.
Oh.
Hold the frequency.
God, you are so beautiful.
Sing it.
God, you are so beautiful. God, you are so beautiful. God, you are so beautiful.
Give me the other one, Jamie. God, I am.
God, I am so beautiful.
Because we're not separate. We're not separate from the all.
God,
Speak this to yourself.
So beautiful. Come on, y'all. God,
It's not the personality I am. It's God,
God,
the I am
so
that I am.
Beautiful.
God, I am.
God, I am so beautiful.
So beautiful.
God, I am so
This beautiful life is available to us all.
God, I am so beautiful. 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 God, I am so beautiful.
Right up there with him, right up there with him, right up there with him. You just got to learn how to ride it. Oh, ride the frequency. Ride the frequency. Band, don't stop. Ride the frequency. Ride it. Allow yourself to rise up with it. Come on, band. Y'all are ready. Right there. Come on back.
So beautiful.
Allow yourself. I was saying in the earlier service, keep going. I was saying in the earlier service, folks always talk about high vibration and low vibration. I like music with bass in it, so low vibration can't be bad. And so we have to recognize that it's just all vibration. It's all frequency. So as we bring into our awareness those who are on our prayer list, Elaine Davis, wholeness, harmony, perfection is the reality of her being. Erica Henderson, our beloved Buddha, right where Erica is, manifest presence God. Right where Angel Travis is, one of our beautiful community members, gives of her heart. Oh, wellness, harmony, perfection is the reality of Angel. And right where Richard Levine is, as we hold his brother Randy, peace as brother Richard, perfection as brother Randy. It's happening now. We're knowing it is now. You're agreeing with me. You're agreeing with God. For those who are navigating the transition of loved ones and those who are moving through different conditions and circumstances, right where Brenda Jones is, for Dad Chester, eternal life is all Chester will ever be. Right where Olivia Garcia is, for Mom Olivia, peace of mind, strength of heart. For Sandra Verona, for Father Jose. Oh, Jose dances the dance eternal and sings the song celestial. Right here, right now. All is well. Right where Vicky Mujahid is. Oh, the light and love of God is. For our beloved Romina Mena, one of our Signing Light team members, an amazing devoted community member, as her abuela has made the transition. For grandmother Aurelia, peace be still, love abounds without end. And for Luis, for his son, bless you, Luis. We love you, Luis. The eternal existence of your son is at hand now. And as is often said, these individuals know more about eternity and more about life than any of us here on the human plane. So we give thanks for this and so much more. Opening our hearts once again, we simply declare it is so. Now. And so it is. And so we are. And so I am. Amen. Amin. Ashe. Basking in the stillness for a moment. allowing everything that moved to rest into the soil of our consciousness and to take root. We move into our time and opportunity of giving. This community has been sustained continually by the donations and contributions of you and of the community members that came before you. We could not do what we did over these stay-at-home, shut-down pandemic conditions without your support. We believe in participating in the law of circulation, that you give not out of compulsion, not out of guilt, but you give because you have received. On some level, if this community has supported you, sustained you, transformed you, has contributed to your life and well-being, we invite you into this wonderful opportunity to support it. Join me in a word of prayer as we contemplate our giving. How glorious it is once again to have this opportunity to be in community again, to see all the smiling faces in the house, to see people present, to see folks hugging a little bit, to be, navigating these new things that we've missed so much. How grateful I am for this community and all of its expressions, for those people who are streaming online, for those people around the world that are watching this recording. How grateful I am for all of us and how we moved through this movement of love, which we call Agape. Love, God, that divine presence which abides and moves through this service and through all of our ministries, through all that this community is and our lives, united in this awareness. I bless our offering and our giving, that it is inspired by that which we wish to see in the world, that which we are catching a vision for, that which we are willing, open, and available to birth through and as us, and we give forth in celebration of it happening. I let it be so now, and so it is. Amen. Reverend Coco?
Just give Reverend Jason love and appreciation.
Thank you, Agape. You are my family. I love you. Thank you. Thank you, Reverend Coco.
Yes, so Reverend Jason is one of the many reasons we can be grateful for this Center of Truth, established 36 years ago more. And so, as Reverend Jason invited you to do so, just take a moment and contemplate what you are grateful for and continue to prepare your gifts, your tithes, your donations, your offerings in that way and begin to send them forth. Let's see. So, I am to share with you the ways you can do it. So, if you are a seasoned giver, thank you so much. We appreciate you, as Reverend Dr. Michael said in his videos today. And you may just prepare your offering and give. If you're still new to this, there's other ways. You can text to donate. Text GIVE to 424-321-6243. We have our magnificent QR code, which I think is brilliant. You can hold it up to the screen in here. You can hold it up to the screen in the foyer, of course, on your computer screen. And it will take you directly to the donation site. And if you are on Agape's Facebook page, Reverend Michael's Facebook page, or if you're on YouTube, then you don't have to leave the platform. You can just use the QR code. So smart. It's so smart. Of course, if you're on Agape's website, you're on a safe, secure website, you can push the donate button, and we welcome all the donations. If you're watching on the archives, prepare your offering and send it now. Any of these ways, it's always right on time, of great support. You can mail in your donation, Agape International Spiritual Center, 8549 Wilshire Boulevard, Suite 1156, Beverly Hills, 90211. You can also find out about AutoTithe. AutoTithe is fabulous. Many of us are on AutoTithe. There's many ways you can give, so I invite you to prepare your offering and move in that direction. We're going to have one more chant.
What's your gospel gonna be? Living in bondage or free? What's your gospel gonna be? Gotta write a new one for me. Blaming those who knocked me down, or giving thanks for being around. Stuck in stories I have told, I'm letting go of the old. Come on now, what's your gospel gonna be? Living in bondage or free? What's your gospel gonna be? Gotta write a new one for me. Blessing moments of my shame, giving thanks for my pain. Calming waters I have stormed, a walk where love has been born. What's your gospel gonna be? Living in bondage or free? What's your gospel gonna be? We're gonna take it home. Living in bondage or free? Got to tag it. Gotta write a new one for me. Got to write your gospel, people. Gotta write a new one for me. Here we go, here we go, here we go. What's your gospel gonna be?
Thank you so much, Jamie. I want you to join with me in doing our blessing of the offering. So just in your heart and your soul, just consider all the donations that are flowing in now, yours and all the others, that allow Agape to move forward and to be the inspired, spiritually intelligent, wisdom place for all the ages. So think about it. Join with me and say, divine love through me blesses and multiplies this offering. It is pressed down and running over as a benefit and a blessing for the one who gives and for Agape. It is a blessing because I make it so, and so it is. Amen. So, fabulous day, yes? You enjoyed? Yes, beautiful. We have one more video from Reverend Michael, and then Reverend Jason will come forward and do the benediction. Reverend Dr. Michael.
Peace and richest blessings to you. I'm Michael B. Beckwith, the founder, spiritual director of the Agape International Spiritual Center, and most of you know, we just completed celebrating our 36th year as a spiritual community in the manifest realm of the earth plane. And I want to thank all of you, all of these years who have helped fuel and fund this spiritual center with all of its staff and the equipment necessary and the building and all that's necessary behind the scenes to have ministries, programs, projects, evolutionary collaborations so that we can be a birthplace of the beloved community. So this year's goal was actually attained. And so I'm just stopping for a moment to say thank you for your generosity. Thank you for giving for the anniversary of the 36th years of Agape. Thank you for making this your place for perhaps your year-end giving. Many of you give before the end of the year so that there's the extra money, if we can call it that, is not going to taxes. It's actually going to a spiritual community that is about raising the level of consciousness for peace and love and harmony and generosity and sacred service to the planet and to each other. And so your generosity is fueling and funding the Agape ministries, this international spiritual center that's touching people all around the globe. So once again, I just say thank you, thank you, thank you. Deep bow to you and your generosity. Many of you stretched to give. Many of you gave what you thought might be a little bit, but it is always a lot because your vibrational intention is in there. And if everybody gives a little, it becomes a lot. And those of you who stretched and gave monumental amounts, God bless you for your trust and generosity. And so on behalf of myself, our wonderful board of trustees, our magnificent staff members, our practitioners, our ministers, our magnificent volunteers, thank you for your generosity, because love, I've said that love is the shadow of money, is the shadow of love. So your love preceded the money and the substance. Thank you so much. God bless you.
God bless you, Reverend Michael. Yep. Jamie will facilitate our chant, and Reverend Jason will come forward with our benediction. Have a great week. Love to you.
Blessed always, blessed always, for the arms of God surround us. Let our joy be so triumphant that we rest in God and say, Amen. Blessed always, blessed always, blessed always, for the arms of God surround us. Let our joy be so triumphant that we rest in God and say, Amen. Let our joy be so triumphant that we rest in God and say, Amen.
With our hands uplifted and our hearts open wide, we go forth and unleash that which has been birthed within us today. We allow ourselves to shake off the dross, all of the places within us that are seeking to be activated. That energy is at hand now. The message that has been spoken to us has taken root in the activation of who we once were, eradicates the limited consciousness as we birth a version, an idea of the divine as us into the world, into our lives as reality now. We let it be so, and our declaration is that it is so. So we say, and so it is. Amen. Amen. Hallelujah. Thank you, Agape. Thank you, Jamie. Thank you, House Band. Magnificent. Thank you, Andrea. Thank you, Billy.
Thank you, brother.
it be. We let it, we let it, we let it, we let it be. We let the love wash over us. We let it be.
We let the joy.
We let the joy wash over us. We let it, we let it be. We let the peace, we let the peace wash over us. We let it, we let it be. We let the love. We let the love wash over us. We let